Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Double Jackpot. Please subscribe and like and we'll get right into this video. Guys, we're going to talk about Christopher Mitchell again. You know, he has a video today where he's playing live at the casino. Not live, but he's showing a live video. I don't know how to read the timestamp because I don't know about the date and all, and I really don't care. I don't know how all that stuff works. I'd have to look for the date. I really don't have, I don't see the date, I just see a time, but whatever, I'll go back and look at the video. But of course, he publishes it today on June 8th. So he says the Red Sox already won. Well, the Red Sox on June 8th haven't played yet. They play the Astros tonight, evening game, as well as the other two. So this video was actually, he wants you to believe, filmed today, published today, but when was it filmed? So he wants you to believe he had all three winners. He'll probably go on tomorrow and say how he won all three games 2 days later. That's the problem with these touts and sports people and people like him. You're going to give a play. You give the play before the game. Don't publish it. Don't sit there and say how you went 3-0, because I don't know how you can do all your videos after you got humiliated last night with the Bucks. So he gives out the Red Sox, Angels, and what's the other one? The Padres. Of course, all three of them won, but those games were all played on June 7th. This video was published today on June 8th. Unless some of you guys that are better at looking at the videos for timestamps and all that, I really don't care, because it's old news, and I don't believe half of what he publishes. Just like he's got 780 views, but he has 15,500 subscribers. Anyways, you know, it's going to be one of those things. He's not going to tell you anything about buying a point, adjusting a line, playing the run line. You know, he's just throwing out numbers. He's not going to show you. Show us the actual games, Christopher. Show us the bets. Print off a ticket. So easy to do, but just don't do it. Just don't do what all these touts do. Tell you about the stuff after they win or lose. You know, kind of. And you're going to say, well, I didn't have time to publish it. I know they're slow uploading and all. I'm sure your devices are a lot better than mine. But if that's the case, I would tell you exactly when I'm doing the video and about the game, who's pitching, and give a little bit more information if you're going to tell us about your sports picks. You just don't wake up and do sports betting. It's really funny. Yesterday, he does the video sitting in the hot tub saying, how can I not be a scammer since I'm not asking for money? Well, I mean, you ranted the last year about how valuable your time is. You had to get paid because your time is so valuable. You know what? You value your YouTube time more than you do your family's time. That's the truth. You don't give a crap about your wife and kid. That's just all for video purposes. Because if you did, you'd get a job. You'd do something, you know, admirable. You do something that's reliable. Because anybody can shoot a video and show them winning. Anybody can do that. That doesn't take no work. If you lost today or lost some of those big bets, you'd have just deleted the video and came back at another one, or waited a couple of days until you won. You're a degenerate gambler. That's the problem. You can't stop gambling. You know, you got to understand. Here's the path. Here's the picture you painted. $5,000 a day, guaranteed. Baccarat's the only game. There was a viewer or a question somebody asked you about. I don't know if it was on a live stream back when you were playing your little games about giving $100 away on Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening. You did this and it was pretty funny. You actually dogged roulette and said you knew nothing about it. You really frowned down upon it, and now all of a sudden it's the greatest game that you play. So I do remember you really bashing roulette. You change opinions like no other. I've never seen somebody hops around like you do. You know, now it's the sports picks. You publish the thing a day later than it really was, trying to make it look like it's today. You don't say anything really of any substance in your sports picks. You know, show us proof. That's the problem with you. You never show any proof. And then your time was worth so much money. You compared yourself to a professional, you know. like that you have to get paid for this. You know, it's funny. You've been banned from all the casinos that you used to frequent. That's a fact. You don't go to those places because you look. I mean, just the way you bash casinos, the way bash the the online casinos, and now you're there playing them. You know, you have just no substance. You know, tomorrow you're going to probably post a video telling everybody how you went 3-0, not realizing you're 2 days late. Or if you do it this evening because you watched my video, you know, giving old picks is really probably the worst thing anybody that says they bet on sports do. It's like if you're going to give a line, say you're taking let's just say you're going to take Florida State minus 21.5, and you're not going to say I want to buy a point, because the lines vary all over the country. So you know, if you're going to give out picks, because that's where you're going with this, you need to say how you're going to buy down a point, buy down the line. Tell us what your line is, what you're in at. Don't just say I'm taking the Angels. Don't just say I'm taking the Dodgers or the Padres. You know, you just rattle off stuff. Give us information. You know, let us see you lose. That's what we're all, you know, tuning into, because you're a loser. You're a gambling degenerate. You know, anybody that plays like you do, they're destined to lose. You know, it must really be a volatile little life that y'all live off camera, because I can't imagine sitting there, because sports are brutal to bet on. I tell you, it's fun, but I do it for entertainment. You're over there. I see the way you downplay your videos too now to YouTube, how you pander to YouTube. This is for entertainment only. This is just for fun. That's funny. I just can't wait. Everybody's sitting there waiting patiently till you figure out where you're going to put a dollar sign on your next big scam. You know, that's your bankroll. The people that you can scam are the people that you bankroll. You know, you're playing at a 50-cent roulette table online, max bet 125. See, that's not you. You know, you're over there being flamboyant with your $100, $500 wagers. You told everybody how stupid they were playing. That's why you said you got to have a big bankroll. You have to have a big bankroll. That's all you preach, which there is some merit to that, but that doesn't mean that's how you have to do it. You know, it really isn't. You're going to lose, you're going to lose. You know, but you just change your whole persona. You know, you just change. You're not the same person day in and day out. I'll give you an example again. You're flashing all this cash. You're the GOAT. No, you ain't the GOAT. You're a broke joke. I mean, think about it. You really are. You're broke. You never show any proof of what you are about. You know, if you're going to be popping off, telling everybody the GOAT, and you're going to try to be a braggart and sit there and talk all this noise, then at least show proof. You know, show proof. You got $1,000 down there. You showed proof earlier when you had $50K at your table. Where's that at? Not that I care that you do it, but I mean, it just you just changed everything. Changed everything you once done, and now you really should be saying low roller midget playing in the casino, because you're just a little low roller now. You're not what you once thought you were. Your wife has kind of curtailed your little ego, and you're no longer a high roller running around, because you get into these casinos, you got to be the big shot, you know. And you know where it happens to big shots, they end up losing their ass. You know, so guys, if him and his wife, they're both cut from the same cloth. You know, they both deserve one another. You know, her for putting up with this crap, and him for just keep on pushing. You know, it's actually a shame, because that's not a lifestyle. I mean, change your life vlog. How are you changing your life? You're gambling. Wow. You're changing your life because you're gambling. That makes no sense. There's only a couple of things that can happen, and none of it's positive. You're either going to lose your ass, you're going to form an addiction, you're going to form bad habits. There's nothing positive about sitting in front of a monitor playing roulette, playing baccarat. You know, you want to play your little $10 sports games because let's face it, your first big pick that you released was a disaster, and those happen. Get ready; those are going to happen so many times. That's not going to be the first or last. It's just funny that was your first pick that came out of your mouth, and it was the all-time biggest blowout. And the thing is, if you're going to do sports gambling, you got to be able to have a tough skin to deal with that, because people are going to say they're laughing their ass off on my channel about your Bucks pick. But hey, I've been on the recipient of some of those humiliating losses, so I'm not sitting there telling you that doesn't happen. That happens quite a bit. It's just so funny it happened to you on your very first release. Anyways, you know, guys, think about it. You know, he's changed his whole flashy image, and now he's down playing $5, $10, $20 roulette in the comfort of his living room. Pathetic. And you got to understand something else about this guy. He refuses to work. He refuses to do anything productive. His channels Change Your Life and Motivation for whatever, Stacy's. What motivation do they give you? You know, it's all about himself. Oh, I'm a bodybuilder now. Wow, great. What's your wife doing? What does she do? Why doesn't she get a job? Y'all need to be positive role models for your kids. Neither one of you have any kind of work ethic. Your wife, once upon did to you, got her having a child with you, and that was I bet she wishes she had that night back. I'll tell you another thing. You guys all think that he doesn't do anything positive. Healthy, wealthy, wise. There's nothing positive coming out of his mouth. He's got you guys in a casino thinking you're going to make a life for yourself that's positive. That's kind of the complete opposite of what's going to happen. You know, so when you see this guy, realize that's not what you're really seeing. His friends, he has none. His people that knew him back in Columbus, Ohio, you know, they all know all about his little tricks and how he scams his way to where he's at. He's just got a pathetic wife that puts up with that crap, and she can't do much about it. I guess she could leave, but she's pretty pathetic to put up with that. I don't know anybody who would want to live like that. So you got Change Your Life vlog. What are you doing? What does he give you anything to do anything? Guys, nobody's taking care of you. Take care of yourself. That's what I keep preaching to y'all. You guys that are out there gambling and like to see me bust on him, that's fun and well, but just remember, do your own self. You know, don't look to somebody like him. You know, he's going to be asking for money soon. There's no two ways about it. You know, right now he's just trying to get in favor with YouTube, so he doesn't get their third and fifth and seventh and eighth and ninth and 10th strikes. Look, keep reporting his videos. Report them all. You get enough people reporting his stuff, he'll end up getting shut down. You know, that's why he's got multiple channels running, so he doesn't look like he's just, you know, he'll go back and forth. You know, he was going to take this time off. He didn't take any time off. He was just buying a suspension. You know, he got busted for PEDs, and he took his 60 days or 45 days. So look, do you think that he's actually not ever going to ask anybody for money? It's coming. Just wait. The whole sports thing, he realizes probably now this is harder than it really is. You know, there's nothing that he thinks that's how you make your money. That's how you make your money if you're good and you can control yourself. Just in his last video, he said how many games there are. A professional gambler, I don't even care. He says get in and out. The same thing applies to sports, Christopher. Another free little bit of advice. Be very, very, very selective on your games. I'm talking 1 or 2 games. After 2, you're a fool. You know, wait till college football comes out and there's 60, 70 games out there. Wait till there's all kinds of prop bets. Just watch this guy. He's a gambling degenerate. The more games you play, just like the longer you stay in the casino, the more games you play on the board, whether it's college football, basketball, March Madness, the more you play, the more you look at, the less focused you are, and the more chances the casino has to win. That's the facts. You know, that's just the cold hard facts. If I played 25 games back in my day, that's hard to win. Think about it. I'm going to give you another little free little tidbit. If you're busting out over 56, 57%, you're considered damn good. Think about that. That's barely winning half of your games. You're not going to be 80%. You're not going to be 70%. You're not going to win 7 out of 10 games, Christopher. It's just not going to happen. You may go on a streak, but the law of averages, you're going to be around 54 to 56 to 57 if you're really, really good. Don't believe these people that say they're 60, 70%. That's a lie. It's very, 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 very rare. I've never seen it, really. If they have, it depends on the sample size. Yeah, I've known guys that won 8, 10 in a row, 12 in a row. I've seen red hot people. But it's all going to factor and average out. Bottom line, it's going to average out. You know, I'm just telling you. And then when you lose 2, 3, 4 in a row, just think how many you have to win to bring your average up. So just when you're red hot, you're also going to go in these slumps. You're going to be literally thinking, damn, this wasn't such a good idea. You know, you got to know what you're doing when it comes to sports gambling. Like I said, these people that say there's a guaranteed lock, don't play that. There's no guaranteed locks. You know how many times somebody's shared a guaranteed lock with me just to try to influence me some way? You don't hear back from them. Guys, this guy changes his strategy, changes his attitude, changes everything, but he's never given you anything to help yourself. You know, let me close on this. Have you heard anything more out of the $1 million blueprint? That's a joke. That has no chance. That's just a little bunch of BS. Let's even talk about something crazier. You know, you want to gamble, do cryptocurrency. I'm gonna say this. When he did his Bitcoin shenanigans, and he quickly got drug out of that because that takes real money, big money, that takes smarts. You know, that's over with. He doesn't stay at anything. That's his life. He cannot focus at anything. He's never good at anything because he doesn't focus at any one thing. He jumps around, hops around, and that's a sign of a loser. Now he's into baccarat. Now he's into this or that. He doesn't focus. He doesn't have he ignores stuff. You ask him a question, it's ignored. You ask him to, that's a narcissist, that's an egomaniac, and that's somebody that's, yeah, I got caught. Just like all the lies he gets caught in. They're never addressed. You know why? Because he can't say anything. It's just like, damn, that's just me. Guys, don't be like that, you know. Let's focus on, like I say, invest in yourself. Trust me, everybody out there, y'all know way more than him. Think about it. You want to trade positions with him for 1 minute? I promise you, off the camera, that is not a fun place to be. I promise you that. You know, he's just not smart enough to be able to retrain his own brain. You know, that's the problem. He preaches and talks, but he doesn't follow his own advice, and that's why he's gonna always be poor. And when I say poor, living a lifestyle of chasing, and that's pretty poor. I guarantee you, he has no real wealth. He's 40-something years old, and he's in a rented condo. And you're talking about someone who has really, his life consists of gambling. You know, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Nothing's changed. He's never showed you his other ventures. He has showed you no normal pattern of life. Think about this, people. What is normality to him? Waking up, going online, trying to do a hustle. You know, I'm just saying, there's no normality. Everything he does is geared around his MLM background of what's the least amount of work I can do. Okay, let's understand that. So, you know, you're talking about positive influences. That's not positive. Invest your time and energy into making yourself money through hard work, grinding away, investing, whether it be in real estate, ETFs, good stocks. Keep doing it every day. Just keep replicating what you're doing. Let me tell you something. As quick as he is losing it, he posts videos to try to make himself look good. His believability and credibility is completely gone. It's been gone for quite a while. So now it's just comic relief and entertainment. Guys, hope you enjoy the video. I hope you put up another one really quick, Christopher, because right now you're on a roll now that you're not suspended, and it's really funny to respond to your stuff. And for all your fake accounts that chime in over to me, I find it really hilarious because there's nobody that can take you serious. You have no credibility, and you just, I mean, just think about it. You gamble for a living in your little condo. You know, think about it. That's what your kid, that's what your wife look up to you. They trust me, they're not proud of you. They think you're a weirdo because you're very creepy, and there's nothing positive inside of y'all's little world. Y'all have a good day, and talk to y'all soon.